Hi again, I'm Greg. Expect the unexpected. It's a phrase you've probably heard before. Really, it's used all the time, even though it's completely meaningless. It's a contradiction in terms. By definition, what is unexpected can't be expected. So it's the kind of term that, trite people use or shallow people use. We can expect it in advertising, perhaps. We might expect it if somebody in the schools is trying to get your attention, trying to kind of bolster themselves because they actually don't have very much to say or their content is trivial or shallow. All of those things. Instead of that phrase, I'm simply going to reverse it. And sometimes when you invert things, you get a little bit deeper meaning out of them. I'm going to suggest instead of using such a phrase as that to rather unexpect the expected. Now, this is something you can actually do. Okay, the expected is what we know is routine, the day to day, the mundane, the things that we can sort of very much expect or at least predict with high accuracy that are going to happen to me as I go through my day. It might be heading to school, it might be heading to work, it might be working within my family and dealing with all of those kinds of things. It might be even watching the latest streaming melodrama where the plot lines sort of follow formulas and the scripting and the dialogue are quite pat. All of that is the expected. We expect politicians often not to follow through on their promises or to mince their words in some way where there's a sense that, oh, I didn't actually mean what I said earlier. A lot of people walk back things that they actually do mean, and then they somehow try to evade or even avoid entirely responsibility for saying them. All of those things could be the expected, right? So unexpect them. And how do you do that? Well, first of all, submit them to as close a critique and as deeply felt a criticism as you can possibly manage. This is not criticism for its own sake, right? This is not somebody who just complains about everything and has no basis for those complaints. This is not the will of the conspiracist. This is not the desire of the egotist. Unexpecting the expected means challenging the authority of the source that gives you what everybody thinks they should get or what everybody thinks that they shouldn't get and gets anyway. Okay, so it could be a teacher in the classroom, it could be one of your parents, it could be your boss at work. All of the expectedness of the day to day is something that you can kind of flip on its head, challenge its right even to be what is, even its very existence. Okay? It could be the political slogans of the day. It could be what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. If you're a young person and somebody's telling you, you really ought to do this, or you really should do this, or this is the only thing you're capable of, unexpect all of those things, please. No one should be telling you what you can do or what you can't do with your life as long as it's not sort of impinging upon other people's lives. I'm not suggesting going out and becoming a contract killer, let alone a serial killer. What I'm suggesting, however, is to submit your life as it is to a very deeply felt and passionate, but also compassionate critique. This is unexpecting the expected. Okay, so don't act like your pet cat when you serve up the same old dinner and it's sort of sniffing and it says, oh, this shit again? No, this is nothing trivial about this, right? We don't want you sitting down at the dinner table after mom has sort of slaved away at work all day and then she slaps something down and then you're sitting there and you might be 12 or 13 or you might even be 18 these days and you're saying, oh my God, how can I eat this again? Those are not the moments of the expected that we need to be critiquing. Those are trivial moments. Those are moments that are forced upon others because of the expectedness of their lives. Okay? So, in unexpecting the expected, help others to do the same. Break open the day to day as the beginning of the key to your own personal human freedom. Thank you.